Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are doing well and good. I'm Mohammad Zahir, your new science teacher. Okay, so nothing to worry. Very soon we will meet in the school and then we'll enjoy our studies there in the school. At present, we will study through online mode using our Google Classrooms and Google Meet. Okay, let me ask you something. In the previous classes, you have studied about the food items, their ingredients, and their sources, right? Yeah. Why we eat food? Why we take food? Do you take food? Yes. Why? Very good. You are correct. We eat food for energy. Why we need energy? Why we need energy? We need energy to do our work. Okay, let me ask you one more question of how actually we are eating food for the energy. How we are getting energy from the food? Can anybody tell me? No? Yes? No? Okay, nothing to worry. We are going to study about this one. So let us start our new chapter, nutrition in plants. This is our first chapter. Okay, so I asked you in the very beginning that how we are getting energy from the food, because food has, if you see, food has nutrients. See, what are nutrients? Nutrients are nothing but the components of the food, components of the food. So because of these components we'll get energy. So with these components also we'll build our bodies. This also helps us to grow and repair our damaged parts, and if you see here, provide energy also is there. Okay, see, what are those components? They are nothing but our carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Okay, if you see the backside of any packaged food, you can see these terms. Okay, you can see these terms. So I want everybody to take any packaged food item like Lays or any biscuit and look for these words. Okay, now what is next? You see, what is nutrition? See, nutrition is nothing but the mode of taking food by an organisms and its utilization. See, based on the nutrition, see, we can declassify the organisms into two. See, then they are nothing but autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, if you see the word autotrophs, see, in Greek terminology, in Greek language, auto means self, tropos means nourishment. Okay, that means autotrophs, they prepare their own food and they don't depend on others. They prepare their own food. Examples, plants. That's why we are getting so many food items like fruits, vegetables, leafy vegetables, etc. from the plants. And if you see the next term, heterotrophs. Heteros, in Greek language, heteros means others. See, heterotrophs, they depend on autotrophs. They depend on plants. That means they depend on plants for food. They depend on plants for food. Okay, that means indirectly autotrophs, directly or indirectly heterotrophs depends on autotrophs. Example, animals. If you observe, we human beings are also and is also called as heterotrophs because we depends upon plants and also animals. We always depends on others. We can't prepare our own food. So we might get a doubt that, sir, how these autotrophs, how these plants prepare their own food? Yes, we will study about this one. See, if you observe plants, the plants undergoes a process known as photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is nothing but the synthesis of food by the plants with the utilization of water. That's why we water plants. And also carbon dioxide. Plants get carbon dioxide from the air, surrounding air. You know that air is a mixture of gases, and plants also need chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is already present in the leaves. Okay, and for the photosynthesis to happen, plants need sunlight. Okay, at the end of the photosynthesis, oxygen is released. See, oxygen, we need oxygen for living, right? So we are getting oxygen from the plants, and we release majority of the carbon dioxide, okay, during our exhalation. Okay, if you observe the term photosynthesis in Greek terminology, photo means light. In Greek language, photo means light, and synthesis means to combine. Okay, synthesis means to combine. Now you may get it out that, sir, where in the plant, in which plant part photosynthesis may takes place? Photosynthesis takes place in plant leaves. Plant leaves. Therefore, all the raw material, that means all the water and carbon dioxide, should reach the leaf. Should reach our should reach leaf. Should reach our leaf. Because why? Because your leaf is a site of photosynthesis. Okay. Now we will study about each one, each raw material. That means water and carbon dioxide, how they enter into the plant leaf. See, you have how many of you water plants? Yes, everybody water plants. I know that you love nature. My students are so good. My students are very sympathetic to the nature. My students love nature. That's why my students, what will happen? Water. What they will do? They water the plants near the plant roots. See, water. Your soil has some minerals. So whenever we water the plants, minerals present in the soil get dissolves, and immediately what will happen? These plant roots absorbs the plant's roots takes the water. Water has dissolved minerals. Remember this one, and from there it goes to the stem. See, water through uh, uh, see, your plant roots absorbs the water. From there it goes to the stem, from there it goes to the branch, and then it goes to the leaf. Okay, and you must have seen in your home that every room in your home has a water pipes. Like that, in the same way, your plant also has a water pipe like system. Water pipe like system through the root, the stem, and the branch, and the leaf. So we call that pipes are known as vessels. We call that pipes as vessels. Through vessels only water travels inside the plant body. Okay, understand? Yes. Next one, if you see carbon dioxide. So I told you that mixture of air is a mixture of gases. That means your air also has carbon dioxide in it. Carbon dioxide in it. So plant need that one. So how it will take? See, if you take the plant leaf, and if you slice this one into a if you cut this one into a thin slice and observe this one in under the microscope, you will see a structure like this. You will see a structure like this. Okay, so carefully observe this structure. You will see a small opening, this small space, right? So, and again near this one you will see a small opening here, so we call this small structure as small opening, known as stomata. Okay, a stomata. See, what is stomata? Stomata is a opening present on the surface of the plant leaf. That's why we cut the plant leaf and observed under the microscope. And if you observe the stomata structure under microscope, your stomata is surrounded by guard cells. See, this red color I am drawing here, they are known as guard cells. That means they are guarding, they are like a guards. That why they are known as guard cells. And the small opening here is known as stomatal opening. This is nothing but our stomatal opening. Here you see, here near the section of the leaf. Okay, so this is nothing but our stomatal opening. So through this hole, through this stomata only, carbon dioxide enter into the plant leaf. And I told you in the beginning that oxygen is released by the plant after photosynthesis. Okay, and oxygen also comes out of the plant leaf through this opening only. So that means exchange of gases takes place through the stomatal opening. Understand? Okay. So I hope I'm clear to you all. If you have any doubts, you can post your comments in the comment section of the Google Classroom. Okay, so that I will see and I will respond to your doubts. Hmm? Okay. See, please note down your homework. Please note down your homework. See, draw a neat label diagram of the section of the leaf showing stomata. That means you have to draw in your notebook this structure, this section of the green leaf and this stomata separately. These two diagrams I want all of you to do, to draw these two diagrams in your class notebook, and take a picture and send it to me in the Google Classroom so that I can give you the marks. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. I hope I am clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can contact me in the Google Classroom. Okay, thank you. Jai Hind and have a safe day.